Ok, muy bien. Vamos a hacer el share. Ujú. Muy bien. Hola, buenas tardes. Hoy día estamos grabando nuestra clase como recuperación porque, bueno, en primer lugar, mil disculpas. El jueves pasado no pudimos hacer la clase por problemas técnicos. Estuvimos tratando de conectarnos a esa hora, pero al parecer la plataforma no nos estaba ayudando a poder tener una buena conexión y poder estar con ustedes en nuestra clase. Bienvenidos a la sesión 3 de Inglés Avanzado. Este es el curso de Business English, ¿ok? Es decir, que el inglés que van a aprender aquí conmigo es un inglés aplicado a situaciones de negocio o situaciones empresariales de negocios. Mi nombre es Lourdes Uzuriaga, soy la instructora de inglés para este curso de CAMEX y los invito a que revisen el material, que cuando volvamos a tener una sesión en vivo puedan hacer las preguntas con las que se sientan cómodos o algunas dudas que puedan ahí haber tenido antes y que se abran un poco a recibir este nuevo conocimiento, porque lo que nosotros queremos aquí en CAMEX es que ustedes se sientan cómodos con el idioma y puedan tener esta herramienta para su beneficio y para que puedan manejarse mejor en situaciones donde tengan que interactuar con personas que hablen inglés, ¿sí? Ok, entonces recordar de que este es un curso avanzado, es decir, que toda la sesión la vamos a llevar en inglés. Cuando yo ya pase a hablar todo en ese idioma, solamente voy a volver a hablar cosas en español para temas muy puntuales. Por favor, traten de mantener mi ritmo, y si en algún momento algo no quedó muy claro o no se escuchó por conectividad o porque hablé muy rápido, porque la palabra no es conocida para ustedes, lo podemos poner en el chat, ¿ok? So let's switch to English and let's begin with our class. Okay, so this is our session number 3. Today we are going to talk about socializing and networking. And that's one of my favorite topics because I really like to socialize and get to know new people or new colleagues, partners, clients, and all of that. Okay, so socializing and networking sometimes are kind of subestimated. And why is that? Because I believe our academic background, even if we studied in the university or an institute or just school, we kind of overestimate the smart, the brain smart or the IQ, but we kind of don't realize that business and sales and professional relationships are based in human relationships, okay? For example, I am in a business, in the people business. I would say that I am in the people business because besides I am a teacher or an instructor, I'm also a marketer. And I believe that marketing and education have some similarities, because we are trying to influence or educate or transform people. So I really recommend that you kind of reflect about this topic, because sometimes when you don't value some things, or when you don't give importance to some topics, you kind of don't apply them, or you cannot get advantage of those topics. So this, what we are going to see today, is going to help us in context where we are going to share information, or meet new people, or try to get some opportunities in business or in professional matters, okay? So today we're going to talk about business card, which is tarjeta de presentación. We're going to describe our business or our job, which is presentar nuestro negocio o trabajo. We're going to talk about how to create a good professional network, crear una red profesional, and we're going to learn a little bit about promoting our business and professional service, promover nuestro negocio y nuestro perfil profesional. Okay, so remember, I am Miss Lourdes Uzuriaga. I kind of didn't share my profile here, but I promise I will share my profile next class. So let's talk about the business card. Think about it. I bet that you somehow have done or received a business card. And you know, people say that the beginning of every business is someone designing or imagining how their business card is going to like. And that's true. You know, when you start a business, at least from my perspective or my experience, a business card is a way to control and design how you want to project yourself and your business to other people. Okay, so a business card it is not just paper. It's not a piece of paper. It is really an extension of your company, of your brand. And you know, the brand is the promise of your company and the people behind it. So if you represent a company and you do well, they are going to have a better perspective of your company. But if you get something wrong, they are not just going to, it's not going to affect you, but also the company that you represent. Okay, so that's why people in public relations and in sales, or maybe communication, external communication, they kind of take care of their image pretty well, because it's not just their image, it's also the company and how the public and audience is going to see them. Okay, that's from a conceptual perspective, but in practical terms, the business card is going to help you make a great first impression on customers and clients. It's going to help you, you know, there are so many brands and names in our head because of publicity and sales and Facebook ads, and I don't know, there's so many information in our head that when we present ourselves for the first time to someone, we kind of try to make a good first impression, because that's the concept that they are going to get and is going to stick in their minds, and it's going to affect the way that they are going to treat us in the future, or they are going to give us opportunities or establish relationships. Okay. And also, especially when the company is kind of a little bit more older or bigger, it's a way to enhance the credibility of your business. You know, something that I've seen in my experience is that you don't want to do business with someone that hasn't done anything, because you don't have any source or any I don't know reference about how they did their work or what they do. Okay, so that business card is going to help you gain trust and get closer to the people and the companies or the opportunities that you are trying to get. So that little piece of paper, even the size of the paper, is going to open doors or close them. It all depends on how you treat it and how you present it. Okay, so let's learn a little bit about the parts of a business card. I don't know if you have seen about this in Spanish before. You know, I would say that most of the time I've received business cards that have something wrong. You know, could it be that, you know, once I get someone gave me his business card and it had so much information that it was too much, and I threw it. I threw that business card. You know, I must say that it was too much for me. Too many words, too ugly colors, the logo wasn't right. I don't know. I didn't even perceive that the sector. It was too much. You know, it it was closer to a flyer than a business card, and that's wrong, really wrong. Other time that I had, someone gave me her business card, and it was like, I don't know, Maria, I don't know, doctor, I don't know, and that was it. I mean, if I like to contact Maria, how could I contact her? Because it didn't have the address or the number. You know, it was difficult. And also there are great examples of business cards. I remember that once I received one that had a QR code, and when I scanned the QR code, it took me to the portfolio web page of the person. It was a designer, so just in a matter of seconds, I kind of got to his place, to his territory, to see the best of his work. And that was awesome, because it created a great first impression about him. So it's not easy, but it's also it's not all something impossible to master. So don't get afraid. But I would say that it should take you more time that you would usually spend in other in more time that probably most of the people invest. Okay, so let's get to it. Number one, the name of the business or organization. Okay, so with this part, we are going to answer what's the name of your company or the business that you work for. You know, it's not, for example, it's not just me, Lourdes. If I'm going to promote myself as a CAMEX instructor, I should have a CAMEX business card, you know, because I may have some kind of personal brand, but CAMEX has a bigger brand that it's more known and established, and it can help me present my profile as someone who can teach about international business or something related to international business. So yeah, and if you don't have any brand, you know, and even if it's just you, the one who's going to present him or herself, it is better that you have something related to your name, like a logo or something like that, because when you grow, you're going to hire more people and it's not going to be just you. So keep that in mind. Okay, so number two, it would be the address. You know, I know that we are in a digital era, and we are kind of in a digital transformation world, but you know, there are so many things that could happen with companies that don't exist or don't have a legal name or legal representation and all of that. And I believe that the address is not just to tell them, you know, you can visit and you can go to my office. It's especially to give some credibility that you exist as a legal entity and that you can have or can manage some kind of obligation that you may have. So people want to talk to companies, not to people. So the address is going to help you do that. Okay. Third part, our phone number. So in this part, I'm especially going to talk about my experience and what I've learned about other people in the business. It depends of the role that you have in the company, you know. For example, if you're a salesperson, you have to be very approachable to your clients or to your potential clients, or I don't know. But maybe if you have some kind of back office role, like a accountant or treasury or finances or operations, I don't know, it's not so, it's not it's not common to see the personal number, just the phone, not that direct number. Okay, So it depends of your role, but even if you don't have a direct, like a business cell phone, you should have some kind of a phone, okay? So fourth, it's the email address. Yeah, I know that people think that email is kind of something old, or it's not going to be here in some years, but having a business email with a professional domain, uh, it also builds credibility and it builds trust with the people. Because if you have a web page, it's like if you have an address in our offline world, okay? So if you have a mail, is that you really exist in the company, and the communication and all the information and attached documents that you are going to send have a context and have a repository in the web page or in the servers of the company, okay? So it's also really important. Number 5, web page address. This part, it's related to the previous one, especially because the web page has the address, the phone, and even has this box where you can write to the company, and they kind of feel a little bit more closer to the company and you are available for them, okay? And the job title. So this is going to help your help the other person understand what kind of obligation you have, the level of responsibility that you may have in the company, and how can you help them, okay? And then the logo. The logo, it serves as a graphic way to reflect the brand of the company, okay? In this case, as you may see, the business card is it's a business card that it's related to a brand, okay? Because this is a dealer and they work with a Honda brand, but it's not a business card for Honda employees. So in this particular case, they use the brand that they represent, the brand that they sell, so that people may relate them more. But actually, this is a dealer of Honda, okay? And then number 8, it's something that I wasn't so sure to include, but it may help. But if you kind of include the list of services and products, you should do it in the other part of the business card. I mean, if you're going to list your main products or services so people can relate about what you mostly focus on, it should be in the other part of the card. Don't put it in this part because it's going to be very ugly, and it's going to affect the other part of the other items that you already included. Okay, even this card is kind of very, it has a lot of information. It should have a little bit less, because people usually don't read. You just have to put the minimum necessary, and if you want to put more, but you have the other part. Okay, so that was about our business card, and then we are going to go to the next part. So tell me, have you been to a professional meeting before? When I say a professional meeting, I refer to an event, a conference, you know. Have you been to an international meeting? I mean, outside of Peru? Have you been to any event or conference outside of Peru? What would you ask to someone in a professional meeting? Let's suppose that you meet someone from a company that you are trying to hunt as a customer, and you are so thrilled and excited about meeting that people. You know, this means that you have already a contact there. But how would you explore their interests, what they are looking for, and how can you help them so you can get a new customer? Okay, so let's get back to the example that I told you before. You, let's say in a coffee break from one of the conference, you met this guy that has the pin of the company that you are looking for, and you kind of saw that his business card has that logo, but you haven't talked with him before, never, and you kind of don't want to ruin the first impression, and you want to have it right, you know. How would you approach that guy, and how would you explore what they are searching for? Because if they are in that event, they are searching for something, because they wouldn't, unless they would like to lose some time, but that's kind of difficult. Okay, so let's pretend that we have that situation and think about what you want to say. And these questions are going to help you with that. First of all, who are you? What's your name? Second, okay, let's suppose I'm Lourdes. Okay, but that doesn't mean anything to him. What do I do? What can I offer? You know? So what do you sell? Because when you sell something, you express your intentions, your interest about something. Maybe you are trying to export a product that you produce in Peru. So are you a market focus or are you product focused? What's the difference here? For example, there are some international business entrepreneurs that just want to sell to Asia. They just want to go to China. And for them, there is no other market interesting for them. So that entrepreneur would have a market focused business, because she or he just want to go to China, be it selling arándanos or selling avocados or selling passion fruit. He just want to go to China. But let's suppose that we have another entrepreneur who is specialized in avocados. And those avocados could go anywhere they want, anywhere the customer wants, be it Europe, Asia, Latin America, or Brazil, or Central America. And he's okay with that. So in that case, that entrepreneur would be a product-focused business owner. So you have to think, what are you focused on? A product or a market? And also, what's your target market? What part of the country or what group, what society group are you trying to go to? So think about it. When you have all this information, you can create a storytelling that is going to help that guy that you met in the conference to know you better and determine if they want to continue speaking with you, or maybe you don't have so many aligned interests. Okay, so I strongly recommend that you think about this, write it down, make it an story. Okay, don't just speak like a robot or like a slide like this one. No. For example, I'm going to give you an example. Hi, I am Lourdes, and I am a CAMEX instructor. I usually help entrepreneurs to develop skills and to understand some technical knowledge that they need to grow their business and thrive. I am an industrial engineer professional, and I have two businesses related to education and technology. I'm searching for a partner who can help me get to more markets outside of Peru. And if you have any interest or people interested in this sector, you can help me get to them. Okay? So as you can hear, I talked about me, what I do, and what I want. And that gives him the full photo of me and helps him decide what he can do to help me out. Or maybe, how can I help him? Okay. Let's go to the next part. Do you have any professional or business contacts? And I am not talking about your friends, the people that you study with, that may be professional or business contacts in the future, but especially in the context of business. About those contacts, who are they? Is it your previous boss? Is it your previous colleague? Someone who bought something from you? Third question, have you obtained something good from them? Have they helped you to get some opportunities, to meet new people, to change your mindset, to find information? And the fourth question that is not here is, have you done something for them? Do you expect them to help you? How open are they to help their business contact or to ask for help? So now we are going to talk about the professional network, how to build a professional network, a good professional network, because I believe that everyone that has worked in a company or for someone has a professional network. But the question is it a good professional network or not? So if you haven't realized that, in business, so much depends on who you know. It's not just brains. It is not just intellectual skills. It's not just IQ. It's mainly EQ, emotional skills. So a network is a group of people who are your business contacts and have the resources to help each other out. Former or current colleagues, outside business associates, vendors, friends, acquaintances, this all can be part of your network. So just take a minute and think about a colleague, a supplier, vendor, some kind of friend, a mentor that you have, the person who gave you your first job. Think about them and think about how close they are to you right now. How can you help them, or if in any form, have you helped them? Have you reached them and offered them to help? Okay, so the term networking refers to developing this group of contacts. Okay, to network is to connect. So when you intentionally contact people and try to get closer to them, you are building a network. Most business people are looking to expand their networks, okay? To get to more people, to more opportunities, to more groups, more markets. For sales leads, job referrals, information, and advice, okay? So networking also means being helpful to others. So you can ask if you don't offer. There should be mutual benefits for all involved. And that's true, you know, because I've met people who are just getters. They are not givers. They just expect to get something and not offer anything. And that's, in my perspective, that's an element of a network that I wouldn't like to have. Because a network is a life structure. It's something organic. It's something that must exist all the time. And if you just have people who take and don't give, is going to break in those parts. So if you want to improve your network, start to give, and then you are going to get. That's one of the best advices that I've received, and I would like to share that with you. Okay, so let's go to the other part, which is promoting your business and professional services digitally. Okay, the topic about social networks is something that has to be analyzed from the business perspective. I mean, for example, let's suppose that you export animal food and you want to get some clients. What social network would you choose? LinkedIn or Facebook? Think about it. You want to export animal food. Which is the correct part? LinkedIn or Facebook? The answer is LinkedIn. Why is that? Because LinkedIn is especially for companies or company representatives, and what you are looking is a company who can buy your animal food and sell it or distribute that product in other country. You are not going to find that people in Facebook, not even in Instagram, okay? But for example, if you already have a dealer or a representative of your product and you have to work on selling that products that are already in other country, and you have to promote it and get more people to buy animal food in that country, well, you will need Facebook or Instagram, because what you are trying to create is demand, client demand. So when you are searching for companies, go to LinkedIn. When you're searching for people to buy something, go to Facebook or Instagram. Okay? Those are the social networks that will help you hunt and attract new customers or new contacts. Let's suppose that you want to change your job. You know, you had it in your company. You really want to change. You want to get a better job, or you want to get your first internship, okay? You should be more time in LinkedIn than in Facebook, because the employers and the HR people are in LinkedIn. So you have to see how you invest your time in those networks. And you have to be really careful and improving your profile, your photo, what you say about you, what you share, how you interact with other people, who you invite to be your contacts, and all of that, okay? So besides these social networks, we have another channels to promote our business. You have your web page, which is not especially something to promote your business. It's mostly used to present your business. If you want to promote, you would have something called a landing page, which is a page to convert visits in sales. So it's a special kind of page. Your blog is going to help you to have a better Google position in the a better position in the Google search results. And the professional groups is something that you have in LinkedIn. Is going to help you interact more closely to people who have a special interest or a special sector. You know, you're going to find groups of people who want to sell abroad, people who liked um, to read, people who like to who liked international business, who like logistics and all of that. So it's going to help you identify people who have your similar interests, and maybe through them you can get to the contact that you want. Okay, so this is the reference that I had for this class. I try to review all the parts that we talk about, and if I should let you with some thoughts or conclusions about this class, it would be that even if you are not a business owner or you are not trying to change job or you are happy with your work, you know, you should at least start to do all these 4 parts. I am not telling you to be an expert, because it's going to take time, and you know it. And time is something that is scarce for us. But you never know when are you going to be in a big event, an important meeting, or maybe you kind of meet someone that you didn't plan. And when that person would like to take something from you, you're not going to have a business card, and it's going to be sad because you didn't you had an opportunity in front of you and you couldn't get it, you know. About presenting your job or your business, it's important that you think about what do you do and what are you good at, because you never know when someone is going to ask you, what do you do? What is your main specialty? What do you do better than other ones? And you are going to find yourself trying to create something on the go, and it's not going to sound well. It's going to suck. So it's better for you to start practicing or at least thinking about it, because when the question is asked, you are going to have something to start from, and then you are going to improve it. About creating a professional network, I believe we all know that today it's more difficult to get a job than other times. That's true for everyone. It's real, you know. And if you get into LinkedIn and start to see the posts, people don't rely in job postings anymore. People used to ask for referrals, even for entry-level jobs, even for internships. In my time, when you search for an intern, you didn't ask for referrals because you knew that that person didn't have a experience. So how could you have a referral? But now they ask for all positions. And it means that now it is more important what they say about you than what you say about you. So when you have a professional network, a personal network, you are going to have people who know you and can speak about you and can help you get to those opportunities. And the last, even if you are a professional, you need to be in the social networks because you can identify new opportunities for your business or for starting a business, because you are going to see that people express themselves and really say what they want. And you know that an opportunity is a necessity or a problem that no one solves, or that someone solves but not how the customer wants it. So it may have a hidden opportunity for you. Okay, so that's what I had for today. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you learn a little bit more about this topic. I really love this part of the course because it's something that is very close to my heart, and I've tried to share all I know, not just from a instructor perspective, but also as a professional, ex-professional, previous professional, and now business person, because I believe we all have all parts of the journey within us. So you never know what's going to help you sometime. Okay? So thank you very much. I am Miss Lourdes Uzuriaga. You can get to know me more if you look in Google. I have an Instagram and also have a LinkedIn. So if you want to know more about what I do or what I share to everyone, you can follow me on those networks. So thank you very much and have a great day. Goodbye.